All right, we are back. Hello, hello, everyone. We're back for another live trading session, and today I'm joined by the great Victor. How you doing, Victor?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself and everyone
Good, good,
watching
good.
us? Beautiful day.
Indeed, indeed, beautiful day. How was your week last week?
Uh, Actually, it was rough. I have to say.
Really?
I apparently, yes, I'm trading wise. I mean,
Okay.
I got out of sync. And trading EU, not futures, but I was getting the market, to be honest. I was perhaps a bit too distracted. Wasn't completely uh I thought I was focused, I was reading the market, uh, but apparently not. So another week, another day, and another opportunity. That's the
That's it.
importance of not being, not trading too large. That any bad day, bad week, you're a little off. You have a little streak of losses.
Mhm.
It's not too, it's not a big deal. Just uh, get back up and continue.
That's it. That's it. You can reassess. But that's good. Keyword you said there, small losses. If you keep the losses small, you can keep going. But it happens to all of us. We have bad weeks, good weeks, bad months, good months. But it's the great thing is the market doesn't go away. There's always another opportunity. So we're going to see what we can find today. And then I want to remind everyone that we have this huge event going on. It says TWC 2026. For those who don't know, that is the Trading World Cup, Trading World Championship. We have our own cup going on, and it's across all four companies. So the Fivers, Forex, the original, the OG. We have the Fivers Futures, of course. We have Trade the Pool if you trade stocks. And we have our newest edition, our new brokerage, Trade Set Go. You guys make sure you go enter. There's plenty of prizes coming, $20,000 in cash prizes. Number one winner will win 8K in cash. We have a bunch of eval accounts. And then the exciting part for me, we're going to have 1v1 battles. We did our first 1v1 battle, was it about a week ago? So I went 1-0, won one, lost one, live in front of everybody. So it was a fun one. Bunch of contests going on. Um, you have yours truly here. I look like a grandfather right there. They gave me so much. I don't know. My face is kind of rough, but anyways, it's looking good, looking good. So you guys go check it out, sign up, and enter for a chance to win. It's gonna be a fun one. I'm excited about this. And as
I
usual,
am
let us
too.
know your too. Yes, indeed. I didn't see you in the 1v1s. You're not gonna battle, Victor. We want to see you
I,
battle.
Yes, yes. I
Oh,
I
okay.
am well, I'm up for it. Whenever there's a battle, I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Nice. I like it. I like it. I like it. Guys, let us know in the comments where you're watching us from. Let us know who's in the house. And we're gonna get right into these charts, right? I have the Nasdaq pulled up as usual in front of me. I'm seeing a little bit of consolidation going on here around previous points of control. So areas where there was high volume. So around here, the 3470 and the 34408, more or less. But I'd like to know, since we have Victor in the house, I know Victor trades the Nasdaq as well. I'd like to get his opinion. So whenever you're ready, Victor, you can share your screen with me, and I'll pull it up. And I want to get your take on where we might be going today. So let me know. Let me know.
Yes, I got the screen there. Anytime you maybe I see I have my scene.
Yeah, we made a little bit of changes. Let me make sure everything's good. Um, I'm the guy running running things. Ooh, not yet. Give me a second.
In any case, I can fill the gap, the not the trading gap, but the voice gap. In the meantime, I can give you some ideas about the NQ for all of those who are watching. You're thinking, where do you want to be buying? Where should you be interested in, transacting, trading the market? I'll show you in a couple of minutes with the charts when we have visuals. But it's going to be, I think the market has been very, very strong, and it's not letting go of that trend yet. And as long as that is the case, we should be looking for longs. That said, that doesn't mean you want to go long all the time, anytime, anywhere. You gotta be picky. You gotta see where the places where the market has left some indications that that's where they're interested of buying, before you start getting into any position. So I'm gonna show you in a couple of minutes when we have visual.
Yes, I'm gonna
But I
have
would like
to
to.
improvise here, and we're gonna have to do it like this for this second because I made some changes. So we're gonna see this the your screen right now, but I don't
Okay,
know what's going on today. You are okay to go
how
right
about
now.
I am. I see my screen completely there.
Yep.
How about the scene? I see the scene on the left side.
It's
Is
there.
that
I don't know.
something?
I don't know why it's not showing up. I just have to figure it out. So I'll let you. I'll let you. Now that you have the screen, you
Okay,
can do your analysis
sure,
while I figure
no
this out
problem.
live.
No problem at all. So you can see, or we can see, what kind of market we've been in so far. This is the monthly time frame. It is just one big green candle. The upper wick is tiny compared, and the lower wick as well, tiny compared to the body. What does that tell you? That during the whole month, there was only one dominant. In the end, eventually one dominant side, and that was the buyers completely. Same thing happened last week. So let's not mistake ourselves, right? Let's not make a mistake here. Buyers are completely still in control, even though we are. It may seem like extended sometimes. Let's not forget about that. So that's one thing I want to share. The other is we have a fresh order block on a weekly that has been created recently, and that means that you want to be watching that area, because whenever we start building, creating bearish structure, and it starts actually breaking down, that's the area where you would want to, if you're shorting, that's the area you want to put your stops, not your stop but your targets. And if you're looking for it to get on, if you think the market is indicating that it might get back on track for a continuation, this is the area for the swing traders and those who are on the bigger picture, where the market is likely to have some kind of bullish reaction. That's one thing. And if we go to the daily, we can see clearly that we have broken out from the previous levels. I left it in there, even though these areas are clearly not relevant in the sense of, the areas to be targeted or to be, well, to be targeted, they are, but I mean to be traded as for entries. But I left them in there because it gives you an idea where we broke out and how little of a retrace we've had or correction since then. This can continue to happen, especially in the equities. We should not be thinking mean reversion too quickly, right? Because yes, the market will revert, will correct, will come back to areas where it makes sense and it's fair value and all of that. But in between the timing, between now and that moment, that can be a long, long time, much longer than you would anticipate in advance. So the best thing is to not anticipate a reversal or a mean reversion, but to just let the market, let price action talk and show you what it wants to do. So if we zoom in, and yes, we are quite expanded, quite extended, you still want to be just reading price and trading what you see, not what you expect, not it's way too high, it needs to come down. The market can do whatever it wants, And even though it doesn't make sense to us right now, or it seems more logical that it's gonna, need to take a breather, it doesn't, it does whatever it wants. So with that in mind, we should be keen on, if you're going long, um, understanding that we're extended, so you want to be uh, getting in and holding that, but not too long, not more. Don't be a hero. Don't be holding it because it's been pushing and going to all-time high all these days for weeks now, and it's going to continue to do that. Don't assume that. Just go for the next level. Go for the measured move until we have so long as we have the bullish structures, right? So we have a on top of what we've had before, that breakout, we are seeing a very beautiful, very beautiful breakout of that bearish structure, and price comes back, hits it within a few pips or points, and then continues on. That's market is totally telling us that buyers are in control. So we can use that as well for our next level. So this becomes the next structure on the daily time frame we need to be looking at. The market is going to open in 18 minutes,
Yeah, we're seeing some
and
settling
we're
right
gonna,
now on the tape.
yeah. And the so this is the structure I just indicated. So if the market really pushes lower, I want to be looking for, yes, the area eventually, the area that was broken. That's the typical break and retest level, although it has already done that, as you can see here. So we saw that on the week, on the daily, how that's the break and retest, because we have a candle in the middle that didn't reach or didn't interact with the bearish structure that was invalidated. So if you go to the H4, we do have a tiny but still valid quasi for short for Quasimodo. As you can see here, that's the established downtrend, and we did break the neckline. And if you look to the left, there isn't really an area on the H4 that indicates where it could do it. There isn't. I say isn't, even though I put this area, it's indicated because there are no entry order blocks on the H4. What there is, however, is an H2. Is that enough to be traded? It depends. That's your choice. It's just a lower tier kind of a trade for me, meaning I need to trade it as such. So the probability is a little less, a little lower than if it were visible on the H4. So what are we left with? We do have on the H4, we don't have anything where we are currently, right? There isn't anything. The H2, we do see some levels here that we are currently retesting. That's one, and that's actually there's another one, but it's taken over by that. There's an outside bar in between, but this is fresher, so we're gonna leave. We're gonna go with this. This is just a fresh order block, and we should see some kind of a reaction here. If there is none, then you that sets the tone as well, right? That tells us that selling pressure are actually quite large, and we could expect some, because there isn't anything here on the H4. I mean, indicated with an arrow. There's not a lot in this consolidation before the breakout. There isn't a lot of structure on the H4 as well. There isn't anything to hold price, so that means we don't have anything. So that means if we break the area we are currently in, and we don't have the reaction that I just indicated, that things will get, perhaps for today we'll get, and maybe even tomorrow, things will get, things can push back, retrace quite a lot into the demand area we have quite lower, which stands at 30,050. That's on the H4, H2. If you go lower time frame, of course, you will find some levels. That's the H1 here. We could see some reaction there, but I don't expect a lot. Uh, uh, you know, I don't expect price to, if it's not holding this level, then of course you can see some reaction here, but it's likely to eventually just go lower and go to lower levels. So where is the level that you want to be looking for? Well, first thing is the current level we're talking about. This you want to see there. We can go to the 5 minute as well after I give the mic back to Dave.
No
So
problem.
show show how the um, So how on the lower time frame, if we're seeing anything that takes us opportunities, I think for today, for the open, this is the area you want to be looking, that H2 order block that's fresh. And also the fact that we have an H4 that is, that break and retest kind of a reaction that could expect based on the H4 as well as the H2. So that's one thing. And if you're looking for that, if you're looking for that quasi, for that, for to me, where I want to be, that A plus setup, it's going to be this area, right? Because of what I just mentioned, there is an H4 quasi that is not, doesn't give us an entry order block, but it does give you some idea of what the market has been doing. And there is on the H2, that's the first time frame that actually has a valid area to be traded, and that's area right here. So I'm going to move the lines we have here to indicate that level better. It doesn't have H4, so it's not, you know, depends on your plan, but this is the best area we have besides the current level we are. So I'm going to be looking for both of them. I'm going to be looking for the H2 we're seeing right here that I'm indicating with this arrow. See how the market reacts if within the 30 minutes, 15 minutes of the open. And if we break, then I'm going to be waiting for price for much lower. With that, this level stands at 29,975.75 to be exact. But I mean, it's about what is it, about 110 points. So it's quite wide. So you still have to do some homework in finding the actual structures on lower time frame. But that's the level. These are the two levels that I want to be looking for today and perhaps even tomorrow. What about
All
you,
right.
Dave?
So I've been doing a bunch of stuff in the background that are not totally related to trading. I was trying to get our usual screens up, but there's breaking news going on right now because I saw this dropping like a rock, and then gold also dropping, and the ES also dropping. So that's kind of
I see it.
altering our analysis here. But so here from first quack, I'm gonna show it on the screen. Give me just 1 second.
Yes, I'm gonna show as well in the meantime what we have here on. Go again.
Oh, we're good. So yeah, so and then I also have Daniel saying Iran just announced they stopped exchanging messages. So this is it's a good thing you were showing possible downside targets because it seems like the talks have slowed down for lack of a better term. So we're gonna see where we head right now. If we're gonna head down to to the lower previous levels you kind of pointed out, or if it's just a quick scare and then the market is gonna have another reaction. So we're gonna see what happens in a few. So far, my bias is short. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I've been holding back into just jumping in, but so far, I think because of that news and because of that structure we just broke, the clearest path right now is to the downside.
Yes, yes, but it also actually, I get excited when we get these kind of news because everyone is screaming
Of course, me too.
and scrambling for, well, not screaming, but scrambling for direction and orientation. Maybe some people are screaming, I don't know.
Maybe.
But this is exactly what gives us opportunity. We thought, a couple of minutes ago. Let's see. Let me check one. This was 9 minutes ago. A couple of minutes ago, not more than 9, 10 minutes ago, you thought this was going to be the case, and now perhaps everything changed for today. I mean, if the agreement, although it's not completely finalized, it's very fragile,
Yeah.
and this is just another proof of that. And that's, I guess, I know it sounds weird, but as traders, that's a good, because that's uncertainty, and that's going to make people going for looking for orientation, uh, you know, be uncertain, and that gives us opportunity because some people will get scared, get out of their positions while they're, the market hasn't really done anything, and you can grab these moments for an entry opportunity, buy or sell, doesn't really matter. But I'm gonna be if we look at the market so far, it looks weak, very very weak, I would say, on the
Indeed.
1 minute. Um, the if it's it can still recover. Anything is possible, and but we would want to watch the area. This is the 1 minute. This is before 10 minutes before the open. So we want to be watching the structures that are created, whether or not the market reacts to them. If we get some kind of reaction from it, and then again and again, that tells us, okay, maybe this was a little bit of exaggeration.
Yep.
Market is stabilizing, and we're likely going to back to some kind of a mean that we had before. Um, Maybe even continue with a downtrend, but just at the same. We see here we were in a downtrend, but not as falling from the sky as this few candles were. But we could just continue going lower, but at a slower pace. However, if we're not reacting, we're not holding the structures that are created, then it changes the picture completely. And then we get to the scenario we talked about, that we don't have a lot. There is a 1 hour order block right here. But besides that, there isn't anything else all the way back to the area here, which is based on the H2. And perhaps you could even say this is the daily. So maybe that is a better area, more conservative area to target. So those are the area. But now I think is the line in the sand is the structures that are being created, and the lower level of that, the lower border of the current area that we're in. If it holds, even after a little squeeze, then we can still think bullishly. And if it doesn't, then we're going to be cascading lower most likely. So this is a day to be not too aggressive as a if you're a long only trader.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Well, you know me, I like to kind of jump in. So I am doing the opposite of what I think might happen. We'll see.
Okay.
So I've scaled in short at the bottoms here, and this will confirm whether or not we're going to have continuation to the downside or not. I'm giving this a very wide stop because you could see that we displaced about 130 points, which is pretty generous, even on the Nasdaq in just what 1, 2, 3 minutes. So that's a pretty wide move. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Of course, as you were saying, I'm gonna keep this very very small. The size is gonna be very small, even if the stops are pretty wide, and staying pretty open minded here, so we could see what happens once we open. I'd like to take a look at
And
gold as well. Yeah,
go ahead. No, I was gonna say, and all of this happened before the open. Typically, the market
yeah.
wants to weigh the open before they actually take on some position, take some positions off, and that makes it interesting.
Indeed. I think the algos are reacting to the headline. The market makers are probably going to have to readjust their positions right now. And I'm curious to see where they want to take the market. Um, I'm just looking at gold really quickly here to see. Yeah, everything is pointing to the downside, and then oil had a nice reaction to the upside. Oil is just, of course, inverse correlation, exploded up. So I'm curious to see what happens. Are buyers gonna step in? Is this just a scare, and we won't be able to push lower, or are we gonna continue higher here? So we have
That's
scaled in. Sorry.
yeah. I mean, oil has moved quite a lot. I mean, that's went up like $3 already.
Yeah, oil went up significantly. You're talking, if in just a few minutes oil has done what is the usual average, well, what has been lately the average daily range, $2.5 $3 in a day, and we just did that in, what is it, a few minutes. Let's go back to
Hmm.
oil. Let me open it right here, scale it up. Yeah, it was pushing a little bit higher since the Asian session. So maybe we could have considered that a precursor to what was going to happen. But this is
Yeah.
pretty significant. So I'm curious to see. I really want to see what's going to happen at the open right now. Of course, we have a few levels to contend with. Previous levels of resistance, previous gaps. So right now, I think it's gonna be really a matter of reading the price action, reading the order flow, and kind of picking your spots and deciding where you want to get in, where you want to get out. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm breaking down on my screen oil from doing a top-down analysis
Sure.
to checking to see if what the what we can if there's
What we
anything
can
we can
pull
trade.
from there.
Yeah, my screen is a little small on for the
I'm
viewers, but I hope they
sharing it
can.
right now. Sharing it right now. I'm gonna have to
Okay.
reevaluate, reassess our layout here. I'm not sure what happened. It refuses to share your screen
Ah.
the way it usually does.
Okay, no problem. We'll fix it.
Yeah.
Here at the Fivers, we fix everything. Um,
There you
so
go.
this is the monthly order block. We first indication right after that huge move that broke the previous high. Um, so it's only logical that we'll see some consolidation here because the market needs to go. Are we going to continue go higher? Are we going to come back to levels we had before? Not completely the consolidation, but below the breakout level, right? That's the area you want to be looking. So on the weekly time frame, what do we have? We have a reaction. We are coming off of a reaction that has monthly structure and weekly. This is the area that I'm talking about. This is the order block and the retest. This is the first retest right here. This is the immediate, and this is the first retest, and we are currently in that path. So if I look at the weekly, I would say it's the market could have some more downward movement after we tapped out on this bullish week or couple of days that maybe we have ahead. So that's going to be one thing, but let's see if we have more indication for that on the daily. All right, so on the daily, what do we see? We have a reversal pattern right here, right? This is the internal quasi. There is no higher or there's not a, this is actually the only quasi we can see, although it is internal because it is not the highest point, as you can see there. Nonetheless, we can use it to give us some ideas, some indication. Where are the levels that we should be looking for? When the market broke down, right? So this is the daily, right? That's the daily time frame. This is the lowest point. And if we do that, that means that it gives us two areas. The first one didn't last anything, right? That actually has a tiny reaction here, but it was taken out quite quickly. Let me indicate that this is daily. Oops, not that one, but this one. That's the daily entry order block that was invalidated quite quickly, so I can make it smaller. And then we have just one area that is the area that you would want to be shorting. And that area has already done its work and actually twice beautifully to short from there into this as the target. But it makes sense to target something in between as well, since the market has been very bullish. So this is what we have. So we have a bearish quasi on the daily time frame, something you want to certainly take note of. And then we have an area it left behind as the market was going lower. This is just a regular order block. This is the entry order block. Let's not get those confused. All right, so this could be the first area or actually where we currently are, is already the area that we need to be looking for. This is a daily right there. So that means that, to begin with, today it needs to hold this if the downtrend wants to continue, because the reversal pattern is telling us that the market is getting ready or is positioning itself to go lower. How much lower we don't know, but lower. That's what this reversal pattern is telling us. And the fact that we reacted quite beautifully from these levels, you couldn't close in it, and here it couldn't actually go past the lower border. That tells you that the sellers are actually neatly activated there. So the next level is this. If this one doesn't hold, then we want to be looking for the area above us. That gives us, for both areas, it gives you indication. If you're selling, you want to be waiting for price to get to this level before you start. I mean, either it does a reversal on the lower time frame on the current level, current area, or it was likely going to the next level, and then you want to be going short. And if it doesn't hold and you're looking for go long, you want to buy this breakout, then you want to be looking to buy it as it breaks and confirms into the next level. So if you're going long, you want to be getting in, not necessarily, after the breakout. I mean, above the breakout, you could getting in as a retrace once it confirms, and then targeting the next level, right? The next level is right there. These are just on the daily time frame, some ideas for those who are wanting to take a trade here. And on the H4, what do we have? The H4 is, this is the neckline for the H4 quasi. That tells you that the market is actually confirming on a relevant time from the H4 that it is ready for that, move up, significant move up. My strategy will have you get in on the extreme, which may not always be retested again. But these are the areas. And actually it is right here, but let me get to see how good that is as a target. That means that this area currently cannot be used by me for a entry order block because of the 50% retracement, but this, however, can. So these are the levels that I'm going to be watching to go long from. If I want to be trading this, I'm going to be looking for the first and eventually the second as well, but especially the first one to be looking for longs. Let's see, we have H4 and as well as H1. So that gives us this area to be looking for. Okay, so you have an overlap. That means that you want to be trading this. I mean, if you want to have a good um, there, that's the area. Actually, nope. This is the area. Oh, no, it is both of them. All right, so this is the area of interest. I know it looks weird. Why do I want to be buying this if the market is already breaking out and pushing much, much higher? I mean, you don't have to trade like I do, but I enter at the extremes. This is the area that it needs to hold, and quite likely, not likely, but does even without thinking it, this happens a lot. The market pushes one side, comes back, retested, and then continues. That makes sense to me for my high risk reward ratio ways to get into the trade. And the market is already open as I see. 3 minute has passed, almost four. So you want to be
Indeed.
watching, you want to be going long as it breaks this. I mean, if you're a breakout trader and may or may not enter there, may be lower, but I would be more interested in going long as the market comes back into a demand area. And this is the one that I'm looking for where it has the overlap of the H4 and H1. I would go to the lower time frame and get these tight areas to get in. But it's that may not be your style. And you need to do things that uh, go with your way of trading. And the target, we already talked about it. I would, you know, see if I can target this higher. And if not, this right here could be a nice area to be targeting as well. You gotta see what is the ATR of the asset on, not on regular days, because this is not a regular day. We have some headlines coming through, moving, impactfully. So you want to compare it to days that are similar to today, meaning where there's some kind of news, some kind of escalation that happened. What does oil do, has been doing the last couple of weeks on those days? So you got to have the good comparison, made the good comparison, not with any regular day, but on escalation days. And depending on the ATR of those escalation days, you can say, okay, it is likely to have, continue to go on to the next level, or maybe just this higher point is just enough. But on the fivers, we can hold overnight. So if you
Yep.
target the next level, um, you know, check the rules to make sure you understand all the ins and out of the Fivers futures program. But it is allowed. That's a huge benefit above all the others future prop firms that don't. And here you can take advantage of these movements, which may not happen in one day, may take a couple of days to reach your target. And here we are interested in giving you all the possibilities and all the ways and all the uh, the chances of being successful in trading, which is not easy at all.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I'm glad that you've been holding the fort and doing all this great analysis. Just full disclosure, I have taken a loss as the market completely reversed. So we confirmed that it was tuition paid to the market to let us know that okay, our position was not the correct one. But I want to tell everyone that we have a surprise for everyone today. Let me zoom in a little bit with the camera. We have a surprise for everyone today. We have somebody joining us that has not yet joined us. I just want to quickly introduce her. We have Alejandra joining us today. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, 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 good.
Love that. Thank you for the warm introduction.
Yes, Victor. I don't know if you know Alejandra. I'm gonna introduce you guys. Victor, the mass trader, the man, the myth, the legend, who joins me the other Monday here. Victor is a great trader, very experienced, and Alejandra is primarily a futures trader, joining us today, and she's gonna be regular on the channel here. So yeah, how are you? How you doing?
Not bad. I mean, other than being late on the first day of work. I,
No
so like
worries.
actually,
We're having some tech difficulty this morning. That's why I've been a little bit off here. But yeah,
yeah, I'm so sorry guys. I probably caused your loss. We'll make it back, don't worry.
no worries, no worries. We've just had some breaking news this morning. That the talks have kind of ceased. So we saw the market drop. We were thinking we might get follow through, but that didn't happen. Victor was doing his analysis here on oil and on the Nasdaq. I don't know if you have your perspective that probably you want to share with us. Let me know, and then whenever you can share your screen, and we'll get into it.
Yeah,
Before you
so
say anything, Alejandra, welcome to
Indeed.
our stream. I'm glad, as everyone who is watching us right here, that you're joining, and we can't wait to see all the insights and gold nuggets you're going to be sharing with us. And actually, I'm dying to understand how you trade. I'm very interested to see, what kind of trader you are and what can we. I'm selfishly also interested in that. Like, what can we, not only our viewers, but myself, learn from you?
yeah, I'm excited. Honestly, like I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea how I've been successful without looking at the news. Like I literally just woke up, like I made my coffee, I got ready, and I didn't know about the news. But just looking at my levels hit perfectly. So if I don't typically trade New York just because I have personal training clients and some fitness classes. Like tomorrow, I won't be on because I have to go to my fitness class super early morning, and my alarm is usually at 6 a.m. And so that's why I didn't wake up, because I didn't set my alarm. But anyway, so my levels are hitting perfectly on MNQ. I trade ICT, so I just trade price action. And from what it looks like is it pulled back to the 15-minute bearish fair value gap that I have here. And it literally tapped perfectly into it, and it pushed from there. Now, um, it sounds from what you are saying that we have good news, right? Apparently.
Yep. Well, I wouldn't call it good news. I would call it just news. I don't know if it's good or bad. It
Okay.
depends on which side of the fence you're on. But
Okay.
It's
Well,
we'll
good
just
for the
call it
sellers.
news. Huh?
we're
It's
ranging
good for the
between
sellers.
yeah.
Well,
See,
yeah.
so we're ranging between the 1 hour bullish fair value gap and the 15-minute for me. So I think we're gonna go lower from here. And we could take a short position here, risking like 34.64. And if it goes below 3,300, then we're definitely going to continue to go lower, probably to 31,120. If not, most likely the next area of liquidity that I have here is inverting the 4 hour bullish order block and into the 4 hour fair value gap. So
If you, I don't know if you've tried the sharing the screen thing. It would be great if we could see your screen. This way we
I
could
agree.
understand. There's a little button in the middle that
yeah.
says share your screen.
hmm Let me know if I'm
Awesome.
sharing.
Yes, you're sharing right now. Let me see if I can add you. Just give me 1 second. I tried something this morning that didn't work. So
I was live on TikTok last night, and I was like, how should I address this morning? Because I want to be positive. But I'm like, no, I'm going to be myself. I'm kind of annoyed. Last night I was live on TikTok, and some people were talking mad trash on my trade. I was short on gold, and um, my mistake was I left the calls running because I really doubted myself, and I blew the account. It was an eval account. I didn't really care. But let me just show you gold really quick. I said, um, this thing is bearish, guys. It's bearish on the 4 hour time frame. It's bearish on the 1 hour time frame. It's um, it still needs to come down and pick up liquidity before it continues to go higher. And everybody was like, oh, look at another expert. Oh, this, oh, that. It's longs. What are you doing shorting? Like, da 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 da. And yes, of course, it gave us a nice little bounce, but it got perfectly rejected at my level that I wanted. And look at where I was shorting. I mean, that's like my entries are sniped entries. Like, what the heck? And so, anyway, I ended up covering, and then I went long here. And then, of course, as I'm loading on my longs, I got stopped out because it dumped from there. And now it's probably going to come down to like 44, 46 to pick up these lows here, and then probably bounce from there. So anyway, suckers. I knew it.
I
Alejandra,
think I think
we like
Alejandra's ready for the World Cup. She's aggressive.
I thought I
I like
couldn't
I
compete though. Can
There's a
I?
question here for you. What's your TikTok name? They're asking.
Alejandra Trades. It's this. Yeah, Alejandra Trades.
Yeah. Victor, you should pick Alejandra's brain the same way you did for me. Victor questioned me like somebody who was on trial the first time I went live. I was very, very stressed. But Victor asked me all questions. I was like, wait, is this am I back in school? Is this an exam or everything? So,
this is
we need to
Yeah.
the Senate.
uh,
This, this is a Senate hearing.
there you go. Am I testifying? Should I put my hand on the Bible or something?
So do you guys see how on MNQ on like the 1 hour time frame, we're pretty much like ranging between like this purple box and this um, black box, right? It's, let me just see if I
Yeah, you're
can.
saying in between 533 and, well, we touched much lower, 335. We wicked, found some liquidity. We're bouncing. I
Yeah.
thought we were probably gonna have to drop like a dead fish on the open, but I was proven wrong. So waiting patiently to see what happens. But yeah, that's a pretty wide range. You're talking.
Yeah, I trade between ranges. So like I don't scalp like small moves. Like I always look at the bigger time frame to see what I can, what kind of move I can get. So if we're just looking like at, if we zoom into the 15 minute, um I label everything. So I have everything, you know, labeled to make sure that I know the levels that I'm looking for. So if we take a look at the 1 hour, this is a 1 hour bullish fair value gap, right? There's a space in between these candles. Um, in the 15 minute, if we zoom in, we have a 15-minute bearish fair value gap. Okay. So or sorry, this is a 5 minute right here. Okay. So the 5 minute was important for me because it utilized it as a little consolidation to go higher. And then it also tapped into it once, two, three, and then it inverted on the fourth time. So now it's going to go retest that level again. And to me, if it inverts it, we're gonna go higher. Um, if it doesn't invert it, then we're probably gonna get rejected there and then come back down. So it'll be interesting to see what it wants to do here. And obviously, you know, we're not here to predict. We're just here to trade what the market wants to do. So in this case, I'm looking at now like the 1 minute, for example, and if I see there's like 10 seconds for that candle to close. So if I see that it doesn't want to close, then what I'm gonna be looking for would be like something like this. So I would look at a pattern like this. So I want to see a kind of like a doji or like a rejection area, rejection candle. And then I want to see another red close. And then I would be looking into sells and risking above that box and then maybe aim for like a 1 to 3. Now, if I was like on a real account or a cash account or whatever, I'd probably let that ride and continue to, I'll ride it as long as I can, trailing my stop. So
Well,
let's
the
see what
great
it
thing
does.
with us is that you can hold overnight. So,
Yeah, but we have a 40%
well,
consistency, right?
true. I don't really pay attention to it. I just make more profits.
Mm,
That's a good way
okay.
to counter that.
Okay.
Alejandra, we are very interested in your insights and how you trade. So, could you tell us a little bit, what are you looking for when you start your day, or actually maybe before we get to your workflow, what is it that you trade in a couple of sentences? If you were to speak, explain someone who's new to trading, what is it? What is it that you're looking in the charts?
I'm looking for levels. I'm looking for my levels to get respected just like this. Do you see how my level is getting respected? I like I said earlier, I typically don't trade New York, so I I'm watching the market pretty much from when I wake up until like 3 p.m. And if my levels are being respected, then I'm more short bias, so I'm looking for a short position. So in this case, this is looking really good for like my, like right now I would be entering short here. Um, can you teach me how to use the platform so I can take a position?
Sure, we could do that. Let's do that live.
Yeah,
We're gonna get to that just in a sec. I want to take a quick.
I have this, right?
While you're doing that, Dave, so Alejandro, so you're Will that be a fair description? You trade supply and demand, your levels you set, and as they respect these levels, you take a position on the market in regard to how it respected those levels. That correct? Or would that be a fair
Um,
description?
Kind of not really, because um, I the difference between supply and demand are, in my opinion, are like psychological areas. They're a little bit bigger time frames. So, for example, like I would call like this area down here a nice area of demand, and I don't I can't say that MNQ has a major area of supply just yet, because we haven't seen a big drop. So I would say support resistance, um, not supply demand. You know what I mean? But it's kind of the same thing. I mean, like, this I would say would be a nice area of supply for MNQ.
Mm-hmm.
um, it had a really nice pullback before we had a really big run. So obviously, this area here is a nice area of demand, right? Because it's
Mm-hmm.
tapped into it multiple times where it had a really big run. So if we go into a smaller time frame, um, the smaller time frame, I would say, like, if we're looking at a smaller time frame, we could say that I am looking at like support resistance, because I wouldn't call it supply demand. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know the difference.
Yeah, I understand. You reserve the term supply and demand for bigger time frames, and you use resistance and support for smaller time
Smaller.
frame. I understand it. Probably also more of a line instead of an area, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and I you mentioned you trade ICT, and that also comes with that means a lot to a lot of people. But what I mean, and ICT has different. I'm not an ICT expert, but he has a number. And by the way, your trade is looking very nice now. If you were in that short, you would be, you'd be
Thank you.
in nice profits now. So what I was gonna say is, but what from ICT do you use? Do you use some specific, entry models or patterns? I understand he has like multiple things that he talks about, he teaches, and many people are very successful with different parts. What parts of ICT do you trade most, or do you like to trade?
I really believe in the power of price action and reading the candles. I mean, the market literally tells you a story, and in this case, like, I also really highly believe in listening to your intuition. So, I mean, like, I was teaching a class yesterday, and I'm like, guys, like, if you see that there's rejection at this area,
Hmm.
and you want to take a short position, just map out your trade. Okay, so if you map out your trade, you risk above that box, or maybe like those highs over there, right here,
Hmm.
right? And if we if we put it like maybe just to that midline, for example,
Hmm.
literally, if you're afraid to execute, okay, fine, set a limit order. Like, literally, right click and go to the trade tab or whatever, change your number of units, and then go back to here, and then right click into your like limit order. So let's say I place my order right there. Oh yeah, my account got liquidated. I can't. So you place your order, and then you can either do like a 1 to 3. Okay, but what I typically tell my students is just aim for the previous lows. So the previous lows is down here, number 1 and number 2. So right now it
Hmm.
just took out the first. It's it's telling you like it doesn't want to go higher, so why be afraid of the trade? Number 1.
Hmm.
Two, if it's closing, if I said I want another red close, and then I'm gonna enter on the third candle, meaning like I just want to see that the third candle is giving me confirmation that it doesn't want to continue to go higher. So as it's pretty much telling me it doesn't want to go higher, I'm already like I have a really good entry, right? It doesn't even go test my risk. So from here, like I said a couple of minutes ago, if it comes down to sweep these lows, then we need to we need to just be like, okay, I can't get greedy. If you take 1 or 5 minis on this trade, like that's a beautiful trade. But if you're taking one micro and like you're trying to grow an account and just kind of like stay in the trade or whatever, okay, that's fine. But just see what happens at this level, because in previous history, if that level has been respected for bounces, then it's most likely going to bounce from here unless it doesn't and it inverts it like it did here. Now, if it does invert it like it did here, then you would look at a possible continuation for lower highs and a bigger drop. But if it starts giving you higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and it breaks the structure like it did here, then you need to just get out of your position. But you're already in profit, you trail your stop, no, nothing happens. you know?
Nice, nice. I feel I should have asked you this before, Alejandra, but for those who don't know you, including myself,
Yeah.
who is Alejandra? I mean, what made you the trader you are today? What got you into trading?
Uh let's see. But like back in COVID, that's a
Okay,
long story.
while Alejandra while Alejandra's thinking about her answer, I just want to take this. Yes, there is news at 10. We'll see what comes out. With we Tubagu's a loyal viewer, so he's been asking a few questions. So I wanted to answer that while he's thinking, while Alejandra's thinking. But yeah, there's a little bit of news at 10. We'll see what happens. At 10. Back to you.
Go ahead,
I
Alejandra.
I thought the news was at 9:45. I think it already happened. No, or
Let me
we have
see.
more
Yeah,
news?
actually
In two
9:45. Yeah, the
minutes.
news came out, but there is news.
In two
There was a
minutes.
PMI, but yeah, there's different news coming
Manufacturing
out. I think
PMI is in 2 minutes.
exactly.
It's probably. I wouldn't be surprised if it just drops dramatically, but just kidding. We'll
Might
see.
be a nothing burger as well. We'll see.
Yeah. Where can I? Are we live on YouTube on Trade the Pool?
No, we're live on the Fivers Futures.
Okay, because my team was wondering.
No, sometimes we do joint streams with Trade the Pool, but
Okay.
today we're just on the future side.
Okay, let me just share the link really quick, and then
No problem, no problem. I'm gonna
yes.
I'm
There we go.
gonna share my screen really quickly.
Um,
So I have been in the short we've talked about, and I have the same concern as Alejandra. We are short just 2 micros for now. Got in a little bit late,
what?
added. But yeah, as we get towards this level here, for the ones that like my pink boxes, opening range boxes, we're getting close to this area here. So we'll take the payroll here, and then we'll reevaluate, because this might be the area where we reverse from. This is very close to, the levels we had this morning. So we'll see what happens. For Tubagu, who was asking, you know, will there be volume? Well, we're about to see. Um, is there a potential all-time high for the Nasdaq? I have no idea. The market will let us know.
Yeah, I'm gonna send somebody a picture and just say I told you so. on
Oh, you're gonna
on
be petty?
I am.
Don't be
Gosh,
petty.
this
Life is
guys,
too short to be petty.
this is a perfect example of trusting your trade. Like I'm not kidding, because like when you're live when you're trading live, it's not easy, you know. It's I mean, I'm not saying it's not easy. It's just it's overwhelming because you get all these people commenting. And so as a trader, like this is also a part of my journey. As a trader, you need to do your own analysis and like just stick to yourself. Like it's you against you. It's when people are on my TikTok, I'm like, guys, I'm not here. We're not like
Don't
fighting.
pay attention to the haters. Just,
Exactly.
pay
And
attention to anybody who's bringing positive energy. Anybody else doesn't deserve your attention.
yeah, and
Leave it
honestly,
as
like
well.
it's not, I'm not arguing or fighting against them, right? Like it's not me against them, like it's us against the market. So it's just interesting, like how, you know, how like people think that they know better, or that they're better than me, or that I'm not good enough, or that I'm not professional enough. It's like, this is the thing about trading, guys, that you just literally have to stay in your own lane and just like do your own trades. Like don't follow other people. If you follow other people, if you like copy trades, like you're never going to become a trader that you're supposed to be. Like people hit me up all the time, oh, do you want to try my algo trading? It's like, how is that going to help me with my self development? Like that's not going to help me become the trader and the person that I am today. So anyway, I just wanted to share that really quick. But
I
I would
Okay.
be
understand, and I w it is clear, Alejandra, that the people seem to have a way to find your buttons when you're streaming, and that's and it's not easy. I understand that. So, um, well, but let's steer back to the intro.
my
Like, who
story.
is Alejandra and how you got to trading? Like, if we were to understand you as a trader, as a person, and get inspired by you or learn a thing or two from your lessons and the journey you made, what made you the trader that you are today?
So back in COVID, I was working for a holistic company where it was like a holistic clinic, and
Hmm.
I had a lot of issues. We all do, you know. But
Of course.
I was a personal trainer before that, and I was like gaining weight and getting like a lot of inflammation in my face and my body. And I was really strong, and I had a lot of muscle, but I wasn't like as fit as I wanted to be. And so, long story short, I came across somebody that taught me how to align my body and improve my posture, as well as reduce chronic pain, because I had a lot
Hmm.
of chronic pain. And so this clinic had like a Ayurveda doctor, a Chinese doctor, a lot of Chinese doctors, but mainly one who I hope that one day I really think he was the person that changed my life. Um, he I met with him to do an acupuncture and a mindset like call, because he was asking me a bunch of questions about like where I want to go in life and what I want to do and da da da. And so I he asked me this one question, and I'll never forget this. He said, in a paper, I want you to make a circle, and inside the circle, I want you to write everything that you think can make you money, like just myself, not anybody in general. And I was like,
Hmm.
okay, sure. So I put personal training, uh, accountant, banker, 'cause like that, those are the things that I thought, you know, back in the day.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is probably going to continue to drop. I would pay close attention
It's
if
very
anyone
weak. Yeah, I'm
holding.
seeing it as well, holding the last. It's not. It's supposed to be gaining strength now. If it is, we're going to have a reversal, but it's doing the opposite so far. It seems to me like this is indeed not going to hold, but we'll have to see.
I would like to see if it holds 3,200. Otherwise, we probably will come down to 3,100.
Yeah, and the next level you mentioned is also one we discussed at the beginning of the stream. So even though I don't use exactly the the things that you use,
Hmm.
the market. still, tells us the same story, just in a slightly different language.
Yeah, so that would be
But
the one of the targets, and then this would be the second target down here.
Let me show your screen.
yes,
Could you show
yeah,
it again?
you're
It was
Oh,
showing.
on my screen.
yeah.
By the
So if
way,
it,
everyone, I got out of the first contract. I'm break even, holding the second one. But
all
it
right.
looks like we want to reverse.
So if it holds, I'm just cleaning up the chart. If it holds this area here, which is 32.95, 300, uh, we would need to see a pattern like this on the 15-minute, right? If it holds it. But if it doesn't hold it, then we would need to see a pattern like this, like it's not holding, and then we want to see a close below that area. So those are
Hmm.
two things that you want to be looking for. And then if it does continue to give us lower highs, then if you entered the short where I would have entered,
Hmm.
um, I would be trailing my stop loss maybe to like 3,400, just to give the trade a little bit of room to breathe. And then I would leave a runner to 300 to 20, and I would leave the rest until 3140, just to be safe.
Mm. Okay.
Just want to take
I
this comment from Tubagu, who's saying he thinks it's not easy on trading because we analyze what people think. We can't be correct all the time, but as long as you have an edge, you will have a better result. All right. Thank you for that positive comment, Tubagu. I have to say, our community is very positive here at the Fivers Futures. It is very, everybody's very encouraging. Everybody's very open. We joke around. We haven't seen any quote unquote haters yet. So, you know,
We can't. We're
all,
too good. There's no
all
reason to be
good.
hating.
uh,
all
Um,
right.
all good
So
so far.
yeah, the
so
market is getting a little bit of
bounce
buying
here.
coming in. Yes, if you could show my screen, Dave, for a little bit before we
Yes.
come back to
You
Alejandra's
know, I'm gonna
journey.
actually ask you to do me a favor, Victor. I want to try something to see if it works. Could you remove your screen and share it again? Because I was able to get Alejandra's screen to pop up, but for some reason I can't get yours to pop up. I don't know if you're
Sure.
printing too much profits and the the screen is afraid. Let's see. Let's
There we
see.
go.
All right, perfect. I think I got it. Let me see if I can add it here. Just one second. All right, now we're talking. Now
I
we're
just
talking.
needed some love.
There you go.
Don't we
All
all?
Yeah,
right, we got your screen now. By the
this
way,
is the
I'll
area
reverse
that
long.
yeah, well, I didn't take the trade, but the area that we just mentioned, Alejandro and I, that it was looking very weak was when the market was doing exactly this candle here, and if you look on the 15-minute, it still looks quite weak. So I'm not too sure yet. This is the bottom, and we're gonna go up, but this does look quite interesting because there was a quasi here for those who are familiar with a quasi. We do have the neckline. This would be the head, left shoulder, the neckline. It breaks it and come back to which level? To the H2, to the 2 minute. And this area already was an H2 structure, a fresh order block rise, remember here. So if we go to the 2 minutes, and the market reacted quite nicely, not just on this time frame, not just on the order block, but if you look at the candles, I like what you said, Alejandro, because the story, the narrative that the market is giving us, and you just read price action, read the candles, it gives you actually a great deal of the story already. And we can read the story here as well. So we have the fresh order block, not a well, fresh 2 hour order block with a 2 minute quasi, where the money, the price, not the money, the price comes into this area and then creates that fresh order block right there, right? That engulfing, and it goes back for the retest for the. Let's see if I can mark it for people to see. It comes back for the immediate retest, and then goes out again, leaving that under wick, their lower wick. That also you can see how it, you know, definitive, well, not definitively, but at least for that candle, indicated that it rejected the entry order block on the 2 minute. That looks very, very interesting, and I would be long was it not for the higher time frame that is still a little bit not too clear to me. I still want to see the 30-minute close above this level, which is the open of the previous candle, because on the 50-minute, it is, you know, there's a bullish and a bearish order block there. The 5-minute is not exactly giving us the green light. I mean, if it comes back to this area and then reacts on the 5-minute, then maybe that would be something that I would be interested in getting long. It may or may not get so low, or we'll have to see if when it gets there, if it's actually going to react bullishly. But it is looking quite nicely. And actually, this is not a quasi, but it's still also reacting. The reaction is visible on the 2-minute as well as on the 3-minute. So it's looking good. I will definitely tell you that. But this era needs to be taken out if either that's going to be your target if you went long, or that needs to be taken out for the price to continue to go higher today. I mean, if it can't, whenever it gets to this level for on the 1 minute and it starts getting, reactions and maybe even start breaking some structures, that, the likelihood that it continuing might not be as big as previously thought, and it's likely to just go back to this level. And who knows? We'll see if it breaks it or not that time. But it's looking quite nice so far. That's what I wanted to share with our viewers.
We will see what
So,
happens. We will see what happens. I'm
If it,
actually,
if it
that
stays
I'm
below that,
literally trading. Yep, go ahead.
if it stays below that 3 minute bearish fair value gap, we're gonna continue to go lower. It just went back to retrace.
okay. So you're talking about this fair value gap, right?
Let me share
That one
Alejandra's
or the one
screen so
before?
we could see what she says.
Right
Okay,
there.
yeah, yeah. That's the same one. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So remember,
Yeah, that's
I was like, if you want to
go ahead.
trail your stop, you want to give the trade room to breathe, because it's MNQ. It'll just do that. Unfortunately. But
Mm,
like I said, so you have to like make sure that you know where you're taking your profits at, right? Like if you're gonna short there on a 1 minute time frame, I would have
mm-hmm,
shorted on the white candle. I just don't
mm-hmm,
have my setup, and I didn't want to just like go in like that, but I called it out perfectly, and then I said take your profits at this level here, and then second profits at these lows down here, and it literally like
mm-hmm.
already tapped into it. So for me, like if I wasn't on the live stream and I took this trade, I would probably go back to bed and enjoy my
Go
peace.
back to bed, you said.
Yeah, Alejandra's on the other side of the U.S., so it's very
Oh,
early
I
for
see on the
her
West Coast.
on the
It's
West Coast.
seven
Exactly.
fifteen right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
So
okay. So you're early riser, Alejandro.
I wouldn't say that, but I will be. I
but
like
you're
my
but you're awake now.
place. No, it's okay. I just gotta sleep earlier. But the thing is, I'm more of a night owl because, like, when I live stream on TikTok, it's so much fun. Like, I play music, I chat with the haters, and then I take baller trades.
you and the
So
Chat
haters.
with the haters. You enjoy. Yeah. I. All right. All right.
it's
It's good
entertaining,
you
you know?
enjoy. It's good you enjoy everyone.
Yeah, of
The
course.
but let's go back because I think we are, run the time runs fast.
Mhm.
You were I believe right in the middle of
A
telling us,
story.
illustrating us your journey where you were dealing with some health issues, and that mentor kind of a guy asked you to, I believe, envision the things that could, make you financial success.
Yeah, so during that moment, he left me for like 30 minutes because he had to go do something else. Like he was in between clients, and he had to do needles to another client for acupuncture. So he left me for 30 minutes. And no joke, guys, I was like this, like for 30 minutes. And so he comes back, and I only have three things on my paper on how to make money, right? And this was like 5 years ago. And he's like, okay, so what do you have down? And I'm like, um, these three things. And he's like, what? He was so shocked. He's like, how do you only have three things? And I'm like, I don't know. I can't think of anything else. And he's like, pull up your phone right now. And he's like, Google, what are the top 10 ways to make money? And so I looked it up, and a bunch of stuff came up, and I'm like, oh damn, I'm like, my brain is very limited. And he starts laughing, and he's like, yeah, you think so? And I'm like, how come I didn't think of all those things? And that's when my brain like went crazy, and everything just kind of opened up for me. And I was like, okay, so what else? Like, can you like tell me more? And so anyway, oh, look at that.
I saw it.
It
Yeah,
wants
we're
to hold
seeing
here.
a little bit of movement right now. I was about to tell everybody, if you're in the trade, if you're long like me, just be careful because we're seeing a lot of a
Volatility.
lot of resistance under that 50% ORB, and this is a huge amount of volume.
Yeah.
So something must be going on. There
It might
was
want to go
news. Is
higher.
this the news?
So the entry would have been this entry right here.
Wait, let me share your screen. Give me 1 second. All right.
That was fast.
Yeah, that was very fast. So we could possibly have another entry on top of that 3 minute. But we just need to make sure, because this could be a fake out to the upside. I don't believe it. Like I don't even want to say that I want to take longs there, just because my 15 minute just doesn't look strong. Um,
Yeah, today's a day where you have international news happening. Now it's China and China's Navy talking. So China's Navy stands against any infractions, provocations, et cetera, et cetera. So
yeah.
today's market is pretty much geopolitically driven. Um, so we just have to be careful. I think things are bearish overall,
Mhm.
unless we squeeze to the upside. I just wanted to see if I could just get some quick profits towards the upper end of the range and then short again. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, if
I'm
it if
not
it
in any
doesn't,
position. Go ahead.
I'm flat too. If it doesn't continue to give us higher lows here to do this, then it's not going to be bullish. It's going to continue to stay bearish. So I would like it to close again like these candles here. So, oh, there we go. See, I want it to close, and then maybe I can enter right there at that candle, right there, the one forming right now. Boom, you enter there, and then we start seeing lower momentum.
That makes sense. Um, I see weakness as well, even though that candle got my attention, and it could be the beginning of something. But it needs a lot more than just one little reaction to
Hmm.
convince me. I'm still, I'm looking for a price to create this area, because this is the demand zone, the H2 zone we talked about. I am expecting some, or not expecting, I would want to see some uh structures that are, you should look at from the hourlies. This is completely still not enough information. The 30 minute is giving us a possible something forming, but it's possible it's not there. The 50 minute is neutral. If anything, with these upper wicks, it's getting bearish, more bearish than neutral. The 5 minute has, I mean, it's neutral as well, right? You have from both end, you have some reactions and some structure being created. It's the 2 minutes, which is too small to really expect price to have and follow that structure for a lot to come. But we do have a reversal pattern and of tiny time frame, the two, where we have the this is left shoulder, head, neckline, price comes back and reacts beautifully right here. That's what you want to be seeing for price. But this would be the target, basically just the upper side of that. Let me mark it. This would be the target of that reversal pattern, and that's all. It's not a free ticket, a pass to go long and hold and beyond for a breakout and continuation of that orb. It just a little reaction so far, and we should treat it as well. I didn't take this trade though. It didn't have enough for me to target. So
I guess
that
I'm
would
the
be the
risk taker today because I've been taking all the trades. We're break even so far on the day, but we'll see. Just hoping for a little wick up. Let me just switch to my screen really quickly. I'll go back to you, Victor. I know the chat likes to see the trades. So right now we are in the long, looking for a little wick up to take, to capture those 50 points there. This is not really my take profit. This is just open. I'll see how the tape behaves. But you know me, I take the payroll. I go, close to break even or whatever. And then if the second one, if it gets the second part of the trade, great. If it doesn't, then we reevaluate to take another trade. So we took the short. Well, we took our loss this morning. Then we took the short, recovered, I would say maybe 60% of it. Now we've recovered most of it. We're about 1 hour in profit. We'll see if this takes us in. And then once it gets to this area, we have to be cautious. All right, so one out. We have another one we're holding. We'll see. We'll probably trail this as it goes up. I like to trail with a 2-minute bar or with a 5-minute bar. I'll just go break even because I know
Did
I
you
have
just
to
have a
be
TP?
very. Huh?
Did you
Yeah,
just had
I just
a TP?
I just got a TP. Yeah, I just got a TP. So now we're about 1 hour in profit for the day. Nothing major. And yeah, we're waiting. So I'll go back to you, Victor.
Thank you. For those who are, getting more information, confluences that the market is going to go lower, you want to be looking in advance, right? Prepare yourself. What is the market going to use for that move lower? And maybe whatever it's going to use in the future is still not printed. In that case, there's nothing for you to do than just wait for the candles and the data to be formed. But if you're going to be using what we currently have, and Keith was asking me that question, let me see where it is. Hi, Keith, thank you for that question. If we're going to look for levels, all right, of levels or areas we could be using for that reversal pattern, assuming that the market will is still weak and this 2-minute bullish quasi is it's not going to break out and continue higher, although it's very convincing now. If that's going to happen, then we could do is look for reversal patterns short, right? So bearish reversal patterns within the orb, and that would make and we have on the 1 minute, we don't have I haven't checked on the 2-minute. The 2-minute does have one as well, and we can mark that. Why not? That's the extreme area. Actually, that's very useful. Yeah, it's only on the 2 minutes, so it's a very tiny area and a tiny time frame. So you should make sure you have enough confluence to before you take it. So on the 1 minute, the 2 minutes above us, right? So I'm gonna extend it out. This is a lower time frame, a higher, I mean the 5 minutes. So these are the two areas that will give us an idea, an early sign whether or not the market is going to indeed reverse back to or a possible. It's not the only way, right? We could have future price action being printed, also being used in the future. So you want to be seeing how is the market reacting to these levels. There are two of them, and if the market does react, that sells something. It should, if we're going to continue higher, it should just break this level, react a little bit perhaps, but then break them. But if it doesn't, if it starts creating bearish engulfing outside bars, bearish, then maybe it's not going to have bullish breakout today out of that opening range, meaning it's more likely to go back to lower, and perhaps this time around we'll go to the next level there that we talked about, that Alejandro as well talked about. So we're going to be seeing, this is the level, right? This is one of the two levels on the 1 minute. It's only the 1 minute. It's not, a big deal, but it's the very first signs we could be getting from price action and getting an idea where are we going with this.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. I see some questions here that I want to take. See you tomorrow, Tubagu. No problem. Take care. Tubagu is a loyal viewer. It trades NQ, so always good to see him here. Void has a question. Quick question for Dave. What percentage risk do I consider in my R metric? Well, for I'm not even going to give you a percentage. I'm going to give you a dollar amount for for the 50Ks and the 25Ks. One R for me is just $100. Because it's, the R is based on how much I can how many trades am I allowing myself before I blow up the account or whatever. My stats say usually max for me is 7 trades, 7 losses in a row, just because I'll take, as you could see, I'll take multiple stabs at the market. So 1 R for me is just $100 on these
Nice.
accounts.
That's
And
nice.
then yeah. So, and it's the same, honestly, for both the 50K and 25Ks, because uh, that's what I'll do. Sometimes I'll be a little bit more aggressive on the 50Ks. So that's why you're seeing me taking more trades today. But yeah, that's it. And then, how are you all doing? Saturday was my birthday. I received Portugal jersey. Nice, 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 nice. Speaking of the World Cup, I'm just gonna, remind everyone that we are having our Trading World Championship. So trade the pools in there, 5 years futures in there, trade set goes in there. Make sure you sign up, right? I'm gonna be battling you guys live 1-to-1. I'm sure Alejandra will be battling you guys soon. It's the last battle was a fun one. Hopefully, I want you guys to win, definitely, but I want to win as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But make sure, yeah, it's a tough one, huh? You want to win, but you can't just let somebody win.
Y- your good guy qualities are going to be tested there.
Anyways, good thing there's the market as the judge, right? The market is going to determine who really wins and who really loses. So we'll see. We'll see.
All right.
All right.
So, uh, Alejandro, are you looking for? Are you ready to take that short now? Would you? I mean, if you had everything ready, which you didn't have a minute or two ago, your setup, your platform, and things like that. What would be needing to happen for you to take a trade here? I mean, a short or maybe a long even.
Well, it's respecting the 3 minute gap here, so I don't like it at all. And then I'm short bias, so it's like I'm not excited about the calls or longs. I want to see if it'll actually hold and continue to go higher. And if it does, yay. But I want to see if it gets rejected at 460 again and give me another opportunity for a short. But mm, yeah, I'm
Let's
not.
see. Let's see. Let's see. I'm seeing a little bit of rejection on the tape. They're trying to press it down. I'm still in my long, but it's kind of tricky right now. We're kind of in the
Yeah,
middle.
exactly. That's what I think as well.
Yeah.
If we're
So
still,
I'm still
go ahead.
long. So no, you could go ahead.
We are still dealing with the same order block that we talked about on the 1 minute. If you could put my screen on,
Yes.
and I think those are the two levels at least where I would be looking for. I'm not convinced you have to go long. I want to see if anything short is my I would have a easier time going short here. I want to see how it levels or how it reacts to this order block. And I see this reaction, this price action. It's only in the 1 minute, but this is another reason why this is one tells me the sellers are coming in and again, and it's doing it not at a random place, but a clear place where one of the two order blocks that could be used. That's one. That's just the other one, and it's looking weak. To be honest, I think I want to see how if it gets here. This is the next level. If it breaks that, then we're likely to continue to go lower. And anything it does in between, to me, is just noise because it can do anything without really doing anything.
Yeah, indeed. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one today. We'll see. The thing is, when it moves slowly like that, you can get continuation to the upside and get kind of a squeeze before you revert back to the downside. And I have to say, we saw what we might call negative news,
Hmm.
and we held those levels pretty well. We saw a quick sell
Yep,
off, but we held those levels very, very cleanly. And these were levels I was, looking to buy into earlier this morning
that's
before the
true.
news. And you know what I like to do? I like to go contrarian against myself. And that's
I
why I
remember.
shorted those bottoms, saying, "Hey guys, I'm shorting the bottoms. Be careful." But I think
Hmm.
we're holding pretty well. So if we don't see some sharp rejection soon, I think this has a possibility to just trickle up and be one of those days where we just keep moving to the upside, or just be a sideways day where the market is trying to determine where to go. So we'll see. That's why I'm still in this long, and until we get some clear rejection, I'll be long.
So Alejandro, do you how much do you use the news to get your information, whether to go or to hold your trades? Do you use do you use the news at all, or are you pure technicals only?
Pretty pure technicals only. I mean, like last night, I just looked at like the economic calendar to make sure that there wasn't any major news happening. Just to be aware of like volatility and the time. But I
Hmm.
didn't see anything that stood out to me. So yeah.
Okay, that's very similar to me. I think in a lot of traders as well. I don't use the news to get direction or even the extent of the expansion, but just to know where the higher volatility will be coming in, that I can prepare for that. But it's only technicals,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm seeing my time, uh, which is I'm running out of my time. I have another commitment to attend to. For those who are wondering what commitment that is, we are going to have a Discord session in about 15, 20 minutes from now. And everyone is invited. Well, actually, after this stream, you are all invited to join on the Discord community of the Fivers. Alejandra, it's been a great pleasure of mine to we haven't even scratched the surface. I
I
have so
know.
many questions for you to understand how you trade, because I think each one of us as traders, we've gone through a journey, and
Mm-hmm.
a different journey, and others can learn from them. I mean, anyone, doesn't matter where what level each one of us are, but there's certainly things that I myself can learn from you, but I'm certain the viewers can learn from you as well, right? Like things you do, how you approach the market, and so on. So thank you for coming on today, and hopefully we will be meeting each other again soon, and we'll continue our lovely chat.
Yeah, for sure. We didn't even finish the story, but that's okay. We have a lot of
Yeah,
Yes,
we gotta hear that story.
it's
In detail.
time. Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's gonna be a cliffhanger for all the viewers
There
who are
you go.
following your acupuncture neck practitioner, who will
Yeah.
then enlighten you into the financial world. I'm
Yeah.
I'll be open. I'll be eager to hear the rest of the story, and I'm sure the viewers as well. So, Dave, thank you as always. Thank you for having me and uh, allowing me to enjoy my passion with your viewers.
Well, it's not my viewers, it's all our viewers. So thank you. It's always I don't own them yet, but it's always a pleasure, Victor. It's always a pleasure. Always good to see your analysis. Unfortunately, today I had one eye on the charts and one eye trying to figure out this whole background situation here. But it's been a good one. Glad we were able. You were my lucky charm. We were able to recover that trade and print some small profits. And yeah, I'll see you soon, and maybe I'll drop into the Discord if I have time.
No problem at all, Dave. All of you, thank you for watching, and see you guys soon again. And I think Alejandro was your lucky charm.
The more the merrier.
All
The
right.
more the merrier.
See you guys later. Bye bye.
Bye, Victor. Nice to meet you.
Bye.
All
Same
right.
wise.
So this is looking good for a nice reversal from here. It looks like it's getting rejected at this 1 minute bearish for Valley Gap. I'd probably enter short there and risk above that box.
All right. Well, if you want, I could walk you through the
Yeah.
platform if you want. No pressure at all.
Yes. Pressure.
All right. Welcome. BTC USD saying you'll be there. Okay. You'll be back in 10 minutes. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Guys, I have to repeat it. If you haven't registered for our Trading World Cup, please do so. There's, only 1 week to go. So go register, go to the website. The link is in the description. I can add it again for you. Of course, register for the future side because we are the best side, and get ready for that competition for your chance to win up to 20K in cash, and that is real hard cash. So do that if you haven't done it yet. All right, I think I'm going to exit my long here because we are getting, just switch back to my screen. I was adding to the long, hoping we were going to get some kind of wicking up action, but we haven't seen that happen. So just like Alejandro says, I think it's that area where you could possibly scale in short. As a matter of fact, I could just inverse my position. We'll do that. We'll risk off the highs. We're inverted. And then we'll see if we push back the downside. If that works, then that will be a nice trade. I still feel we might get some wicking action on the upside here to try and capture liquidity. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. If not, it'll be a fast and quick drop to the downside. And like Alejandra, I like shorting better than I like going long. So let's see what happens.
I lost the platform. I don't know what happened to it, so I'm like looking for it.
Oh, Black Arrow?
Yeah, here we go. Oh, it logged off for some reason. All right, so it's this, right?
I can't see it yet. Give me 1 second. I don't see it on your screen.
No.
I have IG6207 asking how much dollars do I risk per micro. So like I was just saying, my R is $100 per micro. That's what I'm risking on the MNQ on this particular account. This one is a 50K account, and I'll usually do the same for the 25Ks as well, just because my win rate is around 50%. And I know from my stats that the maximum losses I'll take in a row is about 7 back-to-back losses. So I could still keep the account after that, which is why I risk that and I scale into positions. I'll add to winners and remove from losers, but usually 1 R for me is $100. And on these accounts, I try not to go over 5 to 6 contracts just to keep it tight. All right. Oh, I see you're ready to go here. Let's put your screen up and guide you through this.
Yes, let's go.
All right. So you're in. Let me put this bigger so I can see what you're looking at. All right. So on the top, I don't know if you know how to put the orders in yet. I'm going to show you that really quickly. So top right, you see the top right uh, side. Yeah, right down there below that American flag on the right. Keep going lower, lower, lower on the, yeah, right there. Click that little, no, that blue. Yeah, exactly. So there, that's your order entry. Actually, switch to the simulator. This way we could try. There you
Mhm.
go. This way we can go crazy.
Mhm.
Now you can have preset brackets. So if you click, actually, you know what? Let me switch to my screen. I'm going to show you how to do it, and then
Yeah.
it'll be easier. Oh, we're squeezing higher, actually,
Mhm.
as I was thinking. All right, just managing the position really quickly here.
It has to stay below 450 for it to continue to come down lower. Right now it's like retracing, but it looks like it wants to go higher.
It looks like it wants to go higher. It looks like it wants to squeeze to the upside, and that's what I was thinking might happen earlier when I was holding the longs.
Mhm.
So let's see. All right, let me switch to my screen. This way you could see. You see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. So what I want you to do is you open this part. You click the plus sign, and then here you could set your brackets. So basically, you can set um, your risk, how much you want to risk in terms of dollar amount, and then you can give it a name. This way, when you go over the chart and you press shift, so let's say, for example, I have my 1-to-1 here. When you press shift, it'll give you your buy stop or wherever you want to buy. And if you
Mhm.
press alt, it'll give you, this way you can have your stops, your take profits, and everything set immediately, if that's how you trade. If not, you could just market enter or market exit however you want.
Mhm. Okay. I can play with it. And is it, oh, it's ticks cash or percent. Okay, cool.
You can, yeah, and then I want to show you a couple of things. So since this is the simulator, or you're back on the, yeah, this is a simulator, you could just buy at market, and then I'll show you how to set your stop and set your TPs, your OCOs, etc.
Yeah, should I just buy market right now? Just
Buy
to
at
test.
market just to test it out. And then if you don't want to get that confirmation each time, just untick the blue button and then
Hmm.
click OK. This way you don't, yeah, exactly. So you could just buy.
Two
All
orders
right,
filled.
you're in. So why am I
Does it
not
tell
seeing?
me where I'm in?
It should tell you, you should see the position. So what we're gonna do now is go to the top left where you see the little pencil. Click on the pencil. Okay, and then you should see an eyeball. Why don't I see it? Okay, you see next to indicators, there's an eyeball.
Yeah.
Click on the eyeball, and then it says show positions. Why doesn't it show your position? Click on it again. Can you hover around? Yeah, and then hold shift while you hover around the platform.
Hmm.
I guess you entered and exited at the same time because you should
What?
be able to see.
No,
Now
it's oh, you're right. That's why I was wondering. Okay, so let
your
me
risk
try.
is super tight. It's $3. It's a $3 gain and a $2 loss. So you probably want to add some zeros to that bracket up there.
Oh, what if I don't want
Nope.
that bracket? Okay, let's do no bracket.
Yeah, just do buy market now or whatever, sell. Okay, now you have your position, and then you can hover around that.
Ooh, it's right there. Okay, cool. How can is there a way to give my my chart more space, like so I can shift it over to the left?
Yeah, so you hover there and then click up. So hover over the numbers and then click and drag. Okay, and then to make it wider, put your yeah you press Control and then scroll with the button with the middle button of your mouse. So hold Control on your keyboard and then scroll with the well, you could do it that way either. That way also.
No. Uh,
What do you want to do?
I just wanna. I want space here. Like
You want to make it taller and wider, right?
no, like I want it to go to the left so I can see like for example, let me show you. Like you see how there's like a bunch of space over here.
Oh, okay. You want
Like
more
it's not
padding.
like
So
so
for
close like
that, yeah. Okay. So for that, you need to tap Control once.
tap control
Yeah,
one.
just click
Okay.
Control and then now click and drag. Click Control again.
Mm-hmm.
Don't stay close to the. All right, let me show you something. I'm gonna switch to my screen.
Are you short still?
Um, yeah, I'm short.
Okay. Maybe I
It's
could just
not.
do this like I forget Jonathan I think sent me a video so I can watch a video.
Yeah, or I could show you after the stream. This
Yeah.
way you don't have to do this live.
Yeah.
Give me one
We're up
second.
on the trade.
All right, great. So yeah, basically you said you wanted to drag it like that, right? The way I'm dragging it like
Oh
that.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so all you have to do is click tap Control once. When you tap Control, it gives you the measuring tool, and then when you tap Control and it shows you the little hand, you can move it around. Well, all right, I'm gonna hit out of this trade because it's not behaving the
Oh
way I wanted to.
yeah.
So I had flipped short as we were starting to curl here, but that's not what we're getting. So we'll wait and reevaluate. Daniel saying Black Arrow and that little boy smile. What? All right, so we are continuing to push higher. So I guess I should have held
Your
my
longs.
long because that is exactly the behavior I was thinking that might happen, where we might need to, squeeze to the upside because a lot of people were thinking we should go short, but we didn't get that, so it's fine. We'll let it continue to do what it does. And then later on during the day, I'll maybe reevaluate and take another entry. You say you don't trade the New York Open. What is your primary time frame to trade?
Me?
Yeah.
You're like, well, yeah, who else is here? um I I trade options So sometimes if I see like a really good opportunity in the market, I'll scalp QQQ, and then I'll be done. Like I'll just I honestly, New York for me, for some, there's a weird feeling that I have when trading in the morning. I just feel like more anxious. I don't feel as calm. I don't feel as patient. So I
Okay.
think it's because like my body maybe just wants to like go do other stuff, and maybe I have a lot of energy even though it may not look like it. But so I like to go to the gym in the morning. So like I'll wake up, I'll have my coffee, do my morning routine, clean the house, make my coffee, walk my dog, and then I go to the gym. I walk her again so that she's like really tired, and I come back home, and that's when I'll start prepping for the market. And since I've been trading the futures market, I will I will start looking at MNQ after 3 p.m. And then I told myself not to take a position unless I see a perfect A plus setup in Asia session. Otherwise, I'll just wait for 5 p.m. But since I have a class on my Discord every day, pretty much at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, then I'll do my class, and then during class if I see something I'll take it with the team. If not, I will most likely I'm most profitable between the hours of 9 p.m. until 12 midnight in
Okay.
London session.
So that's what I was gonna say. So mostly the London session.
Yeah, mostly
Western.
London session. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I've never traded the London session really. I've
Mm.
held overnight during London, but never really actively traded because I'm usually asleep during that time because it's 2 a.m. and 2, 3 a.m. in the morning for me at that time.
Yeah. I'm still
But
holding my
interesting,
short.
interesting. Nice. You're in the short.
I'm still holding.
Nice.
Yeah, as long as it didn't go over 450, I'll still hold it. I'm not really afraid of like these pops. We're still downtrending. I mean, it hasn't broken the, or what am I on here? This is a 15 minute? Yeah, on the 15
Yeah.
minute. Yeah.
No
So
problem. Yeah, there's definitely a possibility that we might curl. I really wanted to see some clear rejection like we got this morning, but we'll see. We'll see. It could go either way. It could we're still below that trend like you're saying. That's a Bollinger Band. We're below the mid range of that band, so it's totally possible that we might curl and continue to the downside. My only issue with price action like this one, where we're kind of, getting a bunch of, especially if you're looking at the lower time frames like the 1 minute or the 2 minute, you're getting a bunch of little tiny candles, and it's like a slow grind.
mhm,
And a lot of times when that happens, you can possibly get just a continued move in one direction before you get the real rejection. So it might just continue like that for 2, 3 hours before it really rejects. So we'll see. Fortunately, I don't have the gamma exposure in front of me. I can't see where they're positioning themselves, but it could go either way. It could continue short, or it could continue to just grind up before it really does that pullback. So we'll see. We
since I
will
am
see what happens.
just taking a practice trade on this, just to test the platform. Um, if this were a real trade, I would get out of my position if it holds 445.
445. Okay.
Like I want to see 445.50, 446, and then I will for sure get out at 446. But in the meantime, I will stay.
Let's see. Hopefully we can get some rejection. We just have what, 6 minutes to go on screen on stream, sorry. So if we do get some clean rejections there, we'll see. Do you trade anything else other than the Nasdaq? Do you trade gold? Do you trade
Yeah, I
any
trade
other
everything.
futures? You trade everything?
Yeah.
So chickens, corn, cattle,
I trade
because
silver.
there's a lot of
I
those weird
know.
futures contracts that I want to start looking into. Honestly, I haven't touched them much. But the other day, I took my first natural gas trade, which
Oh,
was different for me. They call natural gas the widowmaker. I don't know if you've ever heard that, but
no.
yeah, it's not
I
very friendly with traders.
I just trade silver, gold, oil, M&Q, and that's pretty
Yes,
much.
maybe
Yeah, not really.
not really.
I just stick with M&Q.
Nice. Sometimes when the Nasdaq is too whippy, like it's doing too many wicks, I'll switch and go over to the ES and just take bigger positions. But I like the price action on the Nasdaq as well.
Someone asked why they can't see my screen on the live. Is that does anybody else have that problem right
Why they
now?
can't see your screen, but
Yeah.
your screen is live actually. Let me just double
Yeah.
check on YouTube. But that is your screen.
Yeah. This is my screen, Mr. Max, if you can hear me.
But yep, you are live. Mm,
So someone asked, how much do you risk per micro contract on NQ? Uh, so
how
NQ
much do
is,
you risk?
yeah.
What is
So
your R multiple?
yeah. So I just want to make sure that they understand the difference between trading one micro versus trading NQ. If you trade NQ, you're not trading micros, you're trading minis. So just make sure that you're trading
Yep.
MNQ for micros. And depending on the account, like I don't like to risk more than 300 on a 50K account. And uh, my entries are typically like on point, and when they are on point, it usually doesn't test my risk. In this case, I saw like negative 225. It would be like it was testing my risk. So if I see 300, I'm out typically.
Nice.
Just because if I take another trade, I'll go in with smaller size, and then I don't want to risk more than 100 to 200. 500 is my max on a 50K account per day.
Nice. Um, I totally agree with that. I think one should keep their risk small. I risk less than you actually, just
Mhm.
because I like to take multiple stabs, not just one trade.
Yeah.
Which is probably why my risk to reward is lower. But I mean, not risk to reward, my win rate is lower. But
Mhm.
um, what I like to do is scale into trades. So I'll start with just one contract and then gradually add if the position is working in my favor. So great tip there. I like that you specified. There's a difference between the micros and the minis. um, the NQ is 10 times bigger than the MNQ. So you're risking $2 per point on the MNQ and you're risking $20 per point on the NQ. So unless you know what you're doing and you have the account size that matches that risk, or you're trying to go full port and blow up an account, I wouldn't. Or maybe you're one of those guys that trades, very, very tight time frames and you're just looking for a 1 minute move. You're not trying to capture um, um, you know a longer multiple point move. I would suggest you keep your wrist tight.
Mhm.
All righty. Well, we have 1 minute to go on the live stream, guys. Remember, the World Cup is going on. If you have any question for Alejandra, this is your last chance to ask. She'll be
Mhm.
back on Wednesday,
Yeah.
ready to go to dive into these charts.
Mhm.
But it's been a fun one. It's been a fun one today. Okay,
I
you arrived right on time because we're about to end the session. We end at 11 p.m. I mean 11 a.m. Eastern, and we're just about done here. But Alejandra will be back this week with more great ideas, great setups, and we'll see if we can catch some live trades. In the meantime, any last words, Alejandra?
um no, I will definitely make sure to study the platform a little bit since it's my first day streaming with you guys, and then I'll be ready to go with my setup on Wednesday. Um, Anybody that wants to battle us, bring it on.
Yeah, the battle. By the way, I'm gonna show my screen so they can see when the events are happening. But let me just switch to my screen really quickly. Oh, all right. So the agenda is June 8th to 19th. The contest starts. So, all you traders are going to be trying to generate as much profits as possible. We're going to have the World Cup prediction markets from the 11th to the 19th. And then the battle, the 1v1s, are going to be from June 22nd to the 25th. So be ready. That's when we're going to fight Traders World Cup. Sign up, take pick your favorite um company, but of course, the Fiverr's futures side is the best side. So
Mhm.
looking forward to that. BTC saying he bought gold. Let's see how it works. Well, good luck to you on that. Hopefully it works. um Gold has been consolidating sideways a little bit, so we'll see if that works or not. But for now, guys, I am going to love you and leave you. We'll see you
Mhm.
tomorrow, same time, same place, and take care.